Hello, everybody. I'm going to finish off this series of knives today, and it's a Charade Sunday brought to you by North Star Knife Review. This is the only one I haven't shown yet. It's called the Morning Star. I love the beadwork on this one. Like all of these, it's a really nice knife. It's a nice set. Spent a lot of time finally getting all of them, but it was definitely well worth it. I just got to find a display case big enough to put all of them in there with the knife and the sheath beside each other. But like I said, gorgeous set. I collect a little different than everybody else on here. I don't collect old timers. I don't collect Uncle Henrys. I like the 1973 to 2004. When Imperial took over, they started making an awful lot of specialty knives, limited edition. This one's a Sundancer. And today I get to spend all day cleaning and oiling all these. I finally got them all shown. So that's what I plan on doing for the rest of the day. There were 6 of these that you could get from Charade. I'm going to put this up because there ain't room for it. But there's 6 of these that you could order through Charade. And then there's one that you had to go to Montgomery Ward's to get. That's probably the rarer of the bunch. They made more of them, but they were bought as gifts. People used them instead of collecting them. This one here is the Turtle. As you can see by the... And this is probably, out of all of these, other than the Lance, is my favorite. I just really like this one for some reason. It snaps in real well. It's just a really good knife. I collect a little differently than everybody else. My family, I'd say 90% of them, all they carried were old timers, and about like most families. I had one that liked case. That's all he'd carry. This one's called the Bear. This is the Indians. They would wear the bear skin if they were able to kill a bear, and it made them special in the tribe, gave them strength. They had all kinds of... This one here definitely gonna need to be oiled. It's got a lot of snap closing, but or opening up, but it doesn't have any closing. Okay, this is a Kachina. You know, half of the fun of collecting these is getting the sheath. But I don't collect old timers like everybody else. To me, they all look the same. I mean, I understand if you're a true knife guy, which I'm not. I'm a collector, I'm not buying these just to have one of everything. I like the special editions, limited editions, any of those. And with Schrade, before 1973, they didn't make a lot. They didn't make a lot of knives with they didn't make a lot of knives with stag either. Most of their knives are just plain. Move these over a little bit. Were just plain knives. I mean, when you look at an old timer, they all had the same face. Uncle Henry did too. But in '73, Imperial started putting out a lot of special editions. And those are the ones I'm looking for. I've got a lot of knives from the early 20s. But I found that the ones that I like to collect are all these Schrades from that's in a, there's it is, it's a Thunderbird. I was going to say it's in the wrong sheath. I hadn't even put the sheath out there yet. And then last is the one that you had to go through Montgomery Wards to get. I didn't know this one existed until I found it online. It's called the Lance. Instead of using a bow and arrow, they'd use a lance. They used those when they were hunting, especially big game like bear. Limited edition. Definitely needs to be cleaned. But really a nice knife. But this is the collection of the beaded sheath knives made by Schrade. And I finally got to show all of them. This one here, somebody's had out where people held it and touched it. And the Indian's not bad, but you can see where the coloring is different. But thought you might like to see all of them together. Like I said, the Morning Star was one that I needed to get, and it finally came in. I think next week I'm going to show one of the very few stag Schrades that were put out. They didn't do a lot of those. As I said, special editions came out in the 70s, and most of them were, well, you got the Jim Bowie and all of those, and then you've got these, you've got the Cowboy series, you've got a lot of the larger knives, and then you had all the scrimshaws. So, and those are the ones I'm looking for. I mean, I can get the old timers, but I'd have this whole area would be nothing but the same color knife. They'd look the same. And I understand why people collect them. I don't. But anyway, I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Hope you're not under the weather. I am a little bit, but shoot, I'm old. I'm always like that. But excuse me. You guys take care. God bless you and stay warm.